It's time to talk about Middle Tennessee Christian School sports. It's MTCS Cougar Corner, presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. Each week we sit down with the coaches to recap the latest games and preview what's ahead. It's time to talk about the orange and white on MTCS Cougar Corner, right here on WGNS and Big G TV. Stay tuned, the show is coming up right after this message from our sponsors.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Here's Dr. Russell McKissick with TOA.
We have a passion here for taking care of our athletes here in Rutherford County. We really do our best to take care of them.
Experts in joint, bones, and muscles.
Many years we've been taking care of athletes around here, and we've just picked up where Dr. John started, and we just keep going.
TOA has a playbook that gets you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. TOA, live your best life.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
People love to see us on the schedule when they have a home game because our fans show up.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
The way we travel is just phenomenal. Our parents and our community are fully engaged in our school. When we compete, we're trying to do it in a way that honors God. We want to win. We also want to do it in a way that pleases Him.
Providing Christian values and academic excellence in a nurturing environment. That's Middle Tennessee Christian School. Invest in the future of your child. Find out more at mtcscougars.org.
We're back for MTCS Cougar Corner, presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance and fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
And John Dinkins back with Cougar Corner, and today, of course, we have the head coach of Shala Ferrell, the head coach of MTCS women's basketball. And, Coach, it's been a great year, but it's not over yet. We've got a ways to go, don't we?
Yes, sir. It is not over yet. You're right.
I know you've got a big championship game today, and I know that's in the back of your mind. But you're playing against an opponent you've played a few times before.
Yes, this will be our fourth time seeing PCA this year.
What do you do? I mean, after you've seen a team for 3 times already, how do you prepare, or do you just know them so well that you know there's not a lot to prepare and just kind of do your thing, do what MTCS does well?
We will try to make what little bit of adjustments we can. I mean, at this point, Coach James knows my system, I know her system, so it's going to be a battle of, I feel like, endurance and a lot of heart and who can come out on top at the end of the ball game. You know, I mean, she's got a great program. She does a great job, but we also have a great program, and I think both of these teams will go far into postseason. I really do.
I think we think of it, the championship, but yeah, there's more life after this game today. I wanted to talk to you about some players, and the turnaround's been fabulous. They had a lot of injuries last year, and of course Shirley came back. And with the added help, your daughter has been fabulous. We'll talk about her in just a second. But what's been the key to the success of the Cougars? Basically, I think you had a rough stretch where you played 4 games in 5 days. And I don't know how you survived that. But tell us a little bit about that part, because I know that had to be tough.
You know, we've got 4 losses on the year, and one of those losses came during that 4 games in 1 week. Mm-hmm. And I think it was complete exhaustion, both mentally and physically, kids trying to balance both on the court and off the court. I was exhausted as an adult, and to throw in out of those 4 games, 3 of the 4 were in Nashville. That was, I felt like, too much on what I would say kids this age, and maybe even a first-year coach for me. I was really overwhelmed, but The biggest thing that kind of stood out to me, too, on the flip side of it is we had a lot of growth during that time because I felt like I talked to them and they listened in a time where they felt the most fatigued and they were very vulnerable, you know. So there was some growth in that hectic week there of 4 games in 1 week, but it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, and when you have girls, and because I've got 2 granddaughters and I have a daughter of my own, when they get tired, and a lot of times emotions kind of get wrapped up a little bit. You kind of have to kind of curtail that a little, and kind of focus at what we're doing here.
I'll try really hard every week to kind of point out things that are positive. It's so easy to point out the negative and our mistakes, and I could probably tell you 10 things negative that I've done in the last week, but I would probably struggle to tell you 10 things positive. And girls in general, I think, are just kind of designed like that. So every week we go back to the drawing board and we talk about things that we've done positive this week, and that's how you close your week out. Whether it's been a bad week or a good week, I do think you have to bring value and let them know who they are and what they stand for, and not, don't steer away from what you're good at, because that's going to carry you through those hard times.
And when we talk about winning formulas, I know your depth has to be part of it too. And when you play games like that, 4 out of 5, that kind of thing, you've got some good girls coming off the bench too that have helped. Talk about them a little bit. I know Crawford is there, and she started some, but it's been kind of a big help to have a couple of them come off the bench.
Absolutely. You think about foul trouble, you think about tempo of the game, you think about just when they're not able to finish shots or they're kind of get lost defensively. We had Elise White that was in a boot for 3.5 weeks, and man, did we miss her. I mean, when she came back, it's an automatic energy injector, and Ambria went down. She missed a game or 2 with her knee, and like it was just a gut shot. I was like, sometimes kids don't realize how much they mean to a program until they think, oh, I'm going to be out or I might not get to return. And that was one thing with Ambria Haynes. She's really, I think, even kicked it up another notch since she had that small injury, thinking I might have been taken a little bit for granted, and even me as a coach, I'm like, I was taking Ambria for granted. And it's just it's a good self-check. But you have to have those 6th, 7th, and 8th players coming off the bench, because I've never had the mindset of 5 kids can win a ball game. You've got to have help, And we have a great, we're up to 12 kids on our roster now, and that is important too, because they're giving us sufficient practices to try to match our game energy, and you got to have those players that will help you in practice as well.
That's a good point that you make there, because a lot of times in practice, if you don't have anybody that can, help you compete, it really makes it tough when you get into game conditions. I mean, though they're very valuable, and a lot of times I don't know that they feel, they think that, but they really are valuable to come off the bench and to help you with practice.
Valuable.
Yeah.
Yes, very valuable. And I try to say, like, even when we won the district, I was like, this is a win for every single kid in this locker room. Because if we were just practicing 5 kids every day and not ever getting the opportunity to go 5-on-5 or even 5-on-6, we wouldn't be here, So definitely I try to give the emphasis on those kids as well.
Let's talk about Shirley a minute, because she's a terrific player, and she came back from injury. And has she exceeded expectations in terms of coming back from the knee injury?
I definitely think she surprised herself. To begin the season, she was a little bit timid, and I think that is normal. Even coming off of an incredible volleyball season, just the contact of basketball and probably knowing that her injury came from basketball, she started out a little timid, and she has had an uphill climb. I mean, this has been no easy senior season for AC. You're coming off of an ACL tear. She had mono at the beginning of the season.
Oh, wow.
She broke her nose in the district championship, and she's having to wear the mask. I mean, she was very sick yesterday, had the flu, like she played through all that. She has had an uphill climb this senior year and has still come out on top, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a lot of credit to her intestinal fortitude and her sense of the game. And she is a really good volleyball player. I mean, I know coaches have to fight that battle all the time with volleyball, and whether they're going to play volleyball or play basketball. You don't care if they play both, do you? I mean, this is just fine with you.
Yeah, no. I mean, how could I mean, you look and you see these kids, and it's like, how can you ask them to play one sport when they're shining in 2, and they get the opportunity to make memories with their friends, and they get the success, and accolades that follow that, and even college opportunities. I mean, Anna Clay could play college volleyball if she wanted to, and to me, if you are blessed enough with the health and ability to play a multi-sport, how could you hold somebody from that? I never have really understood that mindset of how coaches are, really just a one sport mind.
Yeah, I've got a couple of grandkids to do that as well. I want to talk about your daughter now because we've talked about some other kids, but she's got a nice award and a real honor. And I know you don't probably like to brag, but this is your moment to brag a little bit because I know you're proud of her and what a terrific job she's done this year.
I don't brag on Jules a whole lot. I might get emotional, but she has worked so hard. She has overcome a lot of change. Coming in as a transfer, the first thing I can say is how well that the Middle Tennessee Christian have accepted her in because they didn't have to, and that could have been a setback for Jules. That they have accepted her and supported her, and this team has been beside her. And I try to coach her as a player, not as my daughter, and I do think that makes a difference for her. During the game, I don't think she looks at me like her mom. She looks at me like her coach, like she's supposed to. And she has been able to reach another level. Like she is truly playing on another level this year than she ever has in her life. But she has worked really hard to get to this point, and she's not finished. She's still very hungry to improve.
I see her play, and it's so fluid. I mean, it's just go down the floor. You don't see that often, but somebody that can dish off, can pass, can shoot, can drive. I mean, she's got the complete game, and I know I'm bragging on her, so you forgive me, but she just seems to be a floor leader, just kind of a natural born. It's just innate, I guess.
She loves to play with good players. She has told me that since she's been in elementary school. She's like, I want to play with a good team. I want to play against a good team. And she does love to distribute the ball as much as she loves to score the ball. She loves for her teammates to score. She loves for her teammates. If you have one kid that's up, that's one thing. But if you've got 5 kids that are up for each other on the floor at the same time, it's on another level. It really is. And they are happy for each other. I feel like they share the ball really well. But she has connected good with this group, and I do think it shows.
That's good news. And the girls accepted her coming from a different place, and that's so key that they get along and they mesh so well.
Yes, it is. It's very good. You never know. That's a chance you take when you change, in the middle of a program. It's a chance you take, and I feel like we've got lucky on that.
All right, we go to the championship game today against PCA. That'll be at 3? Is that 3 or? I believe,
yes,
3.
At 3 o'clock.
And that's a big game. And then we move on, okay? And the competition gets deeper, tougher, I guess you'd say. But it doesn't get much tougher than PCA, to be honest with you. And so you have played a really, really tough schedule. And I think maybe in anticipation of this, or maybe you just had the schedule that you were given. But I know you've played some really tough teams this year.
We were able to make a couple of tweaks that, Mr. Jason kind of helped me and allowed me to make a couple of tweaks to the schedule. Him and Coach Lawson, we all got together and did that. And I do think that may have been a little bit of an edge for us, especially considering last night. Like, I do think if you stack our schedule against Ezel's schedule, we played quite a bit of a tougher schedule. And I think, just coming into postseason, it's good to know that you've played athletic teams, organized teams that can run sets, and that you've had to play from behind in the season. You're not panicking when you get in postseason and you're down by 10. I think it helps prep you mentally for that postseason when you play a little bit of a tougher schedule.
And I think it's good. I mean, I know it was not good at the time, but playing 4 out of 5, whatever the reason, some cancellations, that was a test. And, you guys, for the most part, passed it. But it teaches them how to, you learn something from that as well.
Yeah. And they really are. When they're tired like that, their ears listen a little bit different, And so it was a time for us to stretch them and see kind of how much they could take and how much they were willing to do and how much they're willing to change when they're at their tiredest, So
you guys have been with PCA, you know each other's, like I said, you're very familiar with each other. It being at PCA too, I guess that would help. But really when it comes to high school and MTCS is going to show up. I mean, there's going to be crowds on both sides.
We had a great crowd last night. I tried to take it in a little bit before we started. I was looking around, and after we started, my dad comes to all the games, and my dad was like, Shayla, that gym was full of orange. He said, I know we were supposed to sit in a certain section, but it was just leaking over into all the sections. And I said, once the game started, I didn't notice as much, but before the game started, I did notice a lot of orange in the gym, and that makes a big difference for the girls, too. I mean, what teenage girl doesn't want a packed gym, with them cheering them on? That's a big momentum boost.
And it makes you proud, I'm sure. I mean, they know that you've got that kind of fan base supporting you. And it wouldn't matter really with them. They go if your team wasn't winning. I mean, they're very supportive.
Yes, that's what whenever I was kind of went with the volleyball group some, and I noticed they had a really good support group with them. And I work on the elementary side, which is on the same campus, but it is a little bit different. And I've seen some of the employees that I work with from the elementary side, and that really meant a lot to me last night.
Well, okay, elementary teacher. Well, we're going to ask you a couple of personal questions here. Nothing bad, but I like to, this is kind of get to know you. Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
All right. You teach, what grade do you teach?
I fluctuate between kindergarten through third grade.
Awesome. And a basketball coach. I love it. Okay, now, best restaurant in Manchester, because that's where you're from, and you should know all the places. And we do have a disagreement, I think, on this. But what's your go-to place on a Friday night in Manchester to eat?
J&G Pizza and Steakhouse.
Wow, they do have a good salad bar, don't they?
COVID has messed that up.
They don't have it anymore?
A salad bar anymore.
Oh, no.
But they can make you a good salad. My husband still orders a salad. One of my daughters order a salad. But I did not love J&G when I first moved to Manchester. My husband kept pushing it on me, and now I am a big fan of J&G Pizza and Steakhouse.
Yeah. Now, do you get the pizza or do you get the steak?
Oh, I mix it up. I'm not a steak eater, but I mix it up. I like their pasta. I like their pizza. I like their burgers. I mix it up. They have really good grilled chicken, so it's not just a one go-to item. I like to mix it up.
And Friday night's really probably not the best night to go because it's always packed. I mean, it's crowded.
It is packed, but it's packed a lot. It's not just Friday night. It's packed a lot, but they do a good job managing, getting people in and out quickly, and they do really good on their to-go orders, so they do a good job.
And I know you like Jiffy Burger. I mean,
yes, I do like Jiffy Burger.
That's a little quicker. That's a little quicker operation. Get in, get out, and that kind of thing. And I've discovered Emma's not too long ago, and I really love it. They do have their salad bar open, just in case. I'm trying to get you to go that way a little bit more. But you do like Emma's.
I'll go to Emma's, okay? I'll go to Emma's in the next couple of weeks. I'll go to Emma's.
My biggest problem with all of that is they're never open on Mondays, or when I want to go, it's usually a Monday, and I think they're closed on Monday. All of them are. You can't find a restaurant in Manchester on Monday.
Yeah, they are.
I'm from there. I lived there a few years, and I'm from Murfreesboro, but I lived there a few years, so I know Coffee County Junior High and Westwood. Now, you have a history. Where did Jules go to school? I mean, where are you like originally? How did you go through the Manchester thing there?
Yes, all of my kids are city kids. We went to Manchester City Schools, so that is Westwood Elementary into Westwood Middle School, and I really do love Manchester City Schools.
Well, we played, my granddaughter played for Eagleville. We played Westwood a lot, and we used to get beat pretty good. And I remember a little guard out there, and I didn't know who she was at the time, but I do now. So, but we've kind of followed her. We followed her, didn't mean to, but accidentally we followed her exploits. Good player. They had some good teams at Westwood too. They really did.
Yes, they did.
All right, enough about you in terms of that, I guess. I've asked enough personal questions, but I did want to finish up. What's going on at MTCS? I know we've got big basketball plans here, and so is that kind of the main thing going on right now? Anything else I need to know about MTCS?
We will get to, I believe us winning last night, we will get to host now the first round of the state. Now, if we win tonight, we get a first round bye, which would be ideal, of course. But that is right now, the main focus is just getting through the basketball season. I feel like at this point, it has exceeded my expectations, and I think some of the players would agree with that too. So I'm just really glad to be there, and I am very encouraged by the support that we have received there. I have enjoyed the elementary school. I feel like they do a great job. They've been very supportive of me.
Well, it's pretty good that you work with the K3 and you're a basketball coach. I mean, it's
a big swing. It is.
It is a real, it's a real stretch from one to the other. That's for sure. I did want to wish you a lot of good luck, and I hope I get to talk to you again. And I guess the next time I talk to you, you'll either be, I don't know where you'll be. You might be getting it all. Never might get all the states. So I hope that's the case.
So now, if we go all the way, I'm gonna expect to hear from you. Okay.
Okay. Yes. I'll tell you what. I did talk to. We were trying to get where you guys come back after you win a state, but we don't ever do that. And we finally started doing that with football, so maybe we'll get to do it with basketball too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That sounds good.
And I'll tell you, MTCS is really starting to put their name on the board here, on the map, with a football championship a couple of years ago. Basketball's in the heat of it. The boys' basketball team's much improved. So good things are on the way, I think, at MTCS.
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to Coach Lawson, as he's a first-year coach at the school. I mean, he's had many years of high school experience, but I feel like he did a really good job and turned the boys program around. I'm proud of that boys team. I am. It's very competitive on the boys side, and I'm proud of him and the boys team. Well,
you guys always make us feel at home. We appreciate you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, that's Coach Ferrell, the head coach of the MTCS Lady Cougars, and that's going to wrap up Cougar Corner. John Dinkins saying for all the guys here today, so long, everybody.